okay? Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamunati Ravanachari Yamunati Ravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Yabhyari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jam Vishnupad Param Suprapratikacharya Stuttara Shata Shri Srimad Srila Abhay Chandravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Namacharya Shahardas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda ki jai. Jai Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. Nitai Gaur Pramanandi Hari Bol. O glorious assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. O glorious assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. O glorious assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. O glorious to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. O glorious to Shri Prabhupada. Namo Vishnupada Krishna Pashtaputari Shmatara Swamriti Namane. Namo Vishnupada Krishna Pashtaputari Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swamriti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashtati Shatarini. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We're reading from Srimad-Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, entitled Contents of the Gita Summarized, text 46. Yavanartha Udapani Sarvatah Sampratodake Tavan Sarveshu Vedeshu Brahmanasya Vijanatah Yavanartha Udapani Sarvatah Samplutodake Tavan Sarveshu Vedeshu Brahmanasya Vijanatah Yavanartha Udapani Sarvatah Samplutodake Tavan Sarveshu Vedeshu Brahmanasya Vijanatah Yavanartha Udapani Sarvatah Samplutodake Tavan Sarveshu Vedeshu Brahmanasya Vijanatah Yavanartha Udapani Sarvatah Samplutodake Sarveshu Vedeshu Brahmanasya Vijanatah Yavanartha Udapani Sarvatah Samplutodake Tavan Sarveshu Vedeshu Brahmanasya Vijanatah. Mataji. Yavanartha Udapani Sarvatah Samplutodake Tavan Sarveshu Vedeshu Brahmanasya Vijanatah Yavanartha Udapani Sarvatah Samplutodake Tavan Sarveshu Vedeshu Brahmanasya Vijanatah. Yavan, all that. Artaha is meant. Udapani, in a well of water. Sarvataha, in all respects. Sampluta udake, in a great reservoir of water. Tavan, similarly. Sarveshu, in all. Vedeshu, Vedic literatures. Brahmanasya, of the man who knows the Supreme Brahman. Vijanataha, who is in complete knowledge. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. All purposes served by a small well can at once be served by a great reservoir of water. Similarly, all the purposes of the Vedas can be served to one who knows the purpose behind them. Purport. The ritualistic and rituals and sacrifices mentioned in the Karma-kanda division of the Vedic literature are meant to encourage gradual development of self-realization. And the purpose of self-realization is clearly stated in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita 15:15. The purpose of studying the Vedas is to know Lord Krishna, the primeval cause of everything. So self-realization means understanding Krishna and one's eternal relationship with Him. The relationship of the living entities with Krishna is also mentioned in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita 15:7. The living entities are parts and parcels of Krishna. Therefore, revival of Krishna consciousness by the individual living entity is the highest perfectional stage of Vedic knowledge. This is confirmed in the Srimad-Bhagavatam 3:33-7 as follows. Aho bata shvapachoto gariyan yarjikvagre vartate namatubhyam tepustapasti juhvuksasnorarya brahmanuchurnama grinanti iti. O Lord, a person who is chanting your holy name, although born in a low family like that of a Chandara, dog-eater, is situated on the highest platform of self-realization. Such a person must have performed all kinds of penances and sacrifices according to Vedic rituals and studied the Vedic literatures many, many times after taking his bath in all the holy places of pilgrimage. Such a person is considered to be the best of the Aryan family. So one must be intelligent enough to understand the purpose of the Vedas without being attached to the rituals only, and must not desire to be elevated to the heavenly kingdoms for better quality of sense gratification. It is not possible for the common man in this age to follow all the rules and regulations of the Vedic rituals, nor is it possible to study all of the Vedanta and the Upanishads thoroughly. It requires much time, energy, knowledge, and resources to execute the purposes of the Vedas. This is hardly possible in this age. The best purpose of Vedic culture is served, however, by chanting the holy name of the Lord, as recommended by Lord Chaitanya, the deliverer of all fallen souls. When Lord Chaitanya was asked by a great Vedic scholar, Prakashananda Saraswati, why he, the Lord, was chanting the holy name of the Lord like a sentimentalist instead of studying Vedanta philosophy, the Lord replied that his spiritual master had found him to be a great fool, and thus asked him to chant the holy name of Lord Krishna. He did so, and became ecstatic like a madman. In this age of Kali, most of the population is foolish and not adequately educated to understand Vedanta philosophy. The best purpose of Vedanta philosophy is served by inoffensively chanting the holy name of the Lord. Vedanta is the last word in Vedic wisdom, and the author and knower of the Vedanta philosophy is Lord Krishna. And the highest Vedantist is the great soul who takes pleasure in chanting the holy name of the Lord. That is the ultimate purpose of all Vedic mysticism. The translation of the verse again. all purposes served by a small well can at once be served by a great reservoir of water. Similarly, all the purposes of the Vedas can be served to one who knows the purpose behind them. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjanashalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapatakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sujivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandha Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Behivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we continue our discussion on the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. In the previous verse, Lord Krishna told Arjuna to be Atmavan, to be established in the self, in Atma. That means to rise himself on the transcendental platform. I was asked by devotees to speak also on the topics of offenses. And it's interesting that today's verse, Prabhupada, in his purport, he speaks about offenses also. And not just offenses, he speaks also about other anarthas. It is explained by our acharyas that there are different obstacles on the path of devotional service. Artha means what? Something of value. Yes, exactly. Something of value. And usually people think artha means wealth. Because wealth is something of value. But actually, usually, for majority of people, wealth, artha is anartha. Yes. And anartha means the opposite, something that is not valuable. Shri Prahlad Nrsimha ki jai. Yes, and we can see in this verse, Krishna explains very interesting, he gives this very interesting comparison. Usually in the older days, they had different ponds of water for different things. For example, for drinking water, they have certain well. For washing clothes, they had different well, or different pond of water, and for pots and so on, and for cooking so on. They didn't bathe in the same water they drank, obviously. But here it is explained, in great reservoir of water, like big lake or a stream of a river, something like this. Every purpose is served by this great reservoir of water, for all purposes. So one who knows the purpose of the Vedas, the essence of the Vedas, then he achieves the ultimate goal of all kinds of Vedic knowledge. Because we know that we have different kinds of Vedic knowledge. Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, and Upasana Kanda, the path of worship and of the Lord. And actually it is explained that only bhakti gives Shakti to all these different paths. Without bhakti, you cannot achieve even your own process. If you follow Karma Kanda or Jnana Kanda, you cannot achieve without the mercy of bhakti. And these yogis, they know this, and therefore they perform devotional service. You can see even Mayavadis, they chant the holy name even. And they many times they sing very nicely. And those who are inexperienced devotees, they think, yes, this is very good. But it is explained by our acharyas, this is like milk touched by the fangs of a snake. So such a milk is poisonous. And milk is very nourishing. So the holy name is very nourishing. But touched by the fangs of a snake of Mayavada, it becomes poisonous. So hearing such name is not beneficial. It's poisonous. Yes, so we should know that aparadhas or offenses are one of the anarthas. There are 4 types of anarthas. We'll just go through them. The first type of anartha is Hridaya Daurbalyam. And Sundarshan Prabhu mentioned this Hridaya Daurbalyam today in the morning. Hridaya Daurbalyam means weakness of the heart. Yes, that we have different material attachments, and because of these attachments, we develop 2 different attitudes to this world. One is raga and other is dvesha. Raga means attachment to something that we like. This is explained, and the consequence of these different also aparadhas of offenses and other type of anartha is also, it's all interconnected. So one other type besides Hridaya Daurbalyam is Tattva Vibhrama. Tattva means the truth. And Vibhrama means to be deluded about the truth. And so, because we are deluded about who we are, this is Atma Vibhrama, that we don't know who we are. So then, therefore, we identify with something that we are not. And this is called, first is of course avidya, and the next is asmita. Because of this ignorance of who we are, we identify with something that we're not. This is asmita. Asmi means I am. And then, because of this asmita, I like certain things and I don't like other things. And this is raga and dvesha. Raga is attachment to things, and dvesha is aversion to different things that we think that they're against our existence. What supports our existence, we like. and whatever we consider that it's against our existence, that endangers our existence, that causes inconvenience to our existence, we hate this. We are averse to this. So we can check our life. What are our affections and aversions? Because we can see that all these affections and aversions, if they are not connected with what is beneficial for Krishna consciousness and what is not, are just the consequence of our illusion. Yes. And from Hridaya Durbalam is also the root of envy. Because we are attached and averse to something else, so we are envious of other people. And these anarthas, which are not directly offenses, are root also of offenses. Because if we are envious, we start to criticize. And this is, of course, offense. So we should be very careful not to let these anarthas, which are not offenses yet, to pollute our hearts. Yes. Yes, envy. Envy is one of the worst enemies of the soul. Many enemies. Krishna says that kama yesha krodha yesha rajoguna samudbhava mahashano mahapapma vidyanamika vairanam. In the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, he explains that kama is most sinful enemy of this world. Kama means desire, lust. And this lust is not just sexual desire, but every desire for pleasure. But everyone wants to feel pleasure, don't we? Yes. One Prabhupada was asked, what is the goal of life? By one reporter. And what was Prabhupada's answer? To enjoy. Yes, we all want to enjoy. This is nature of a living entity, to enjoy. Yes, we cannot take away this nature from the living entity. Every living entity wants to enjoy. Yes, but the problem is that living entities, they don't know how to enjoy. They enjoy in the wrong manner. Yes, and there are different causes of anarthas. We now discussed anarthas already, but there are different causes of anarthas. One cause of anartha is dushkritota. Dushkrita means sinful activities. Sinful activities. And because we are in this material world, we have, before we started our devotional path, we have committed unlimited sinful activities. Who knows what all we have achieved, committed. Yes, unlimited sinful activities. And therefore, every living entity in this world is suffering. Yes. And you cannot avoid committing violence, for example, in this world. This world is extremely miserable world. Yes. Ahastani sahastanam apadani chatushpadam falguni tatra mahatam jivo jivasya jivanam. It is explained in Srimad-Bhagavatam, that those without hands are prey of those with hands.